Hi, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined in studio now by Guy Griffith. He is the CEO of National Investment Capital, but as I always say, you're the money guys.
Thanks for having me, Don.
Well, it's great to have you back on the program. Now, we've been talking over the last several weeks about how you help small companies find funding, and I know that is you must feel like the Pied Piper right about now, because when small companies are trying to get funding either for expansion or they want to open new markets or maybe hire new personnel, they go to a bank, and banks are the people of no. They make you go through all kinds of hoops. They make you fill out all kinds of paperwork, submit 5 years tax returns, income statements. You bring in a package like this that they never look at, and then 2 days later they say, we can't do it. You guys work completely differently. Tell us how that works.
And once again, we've been excited to be on this show, especially with a lot of the new exciting things that we're doing as a company. So we'll basically do a step through and walk back through what we do. We look for companies that are, like you said, in the market for expanding. They need working capital to help them get through payroll periods until they get paid, or they want to expand their business. Marketing and advertising, which obviously every business owner knows is the key to success in building. We basically look at their overall situation. We have a couple different platforms, one being if a company is currently rated with Dun & Bradstreet and they have a Paydex and they have the proper fundamentals there, then we can take them directly into financing, which is a one-page application that we take in, and within 24 to 48 hours, we can have them approved up to $250,000. From there, we also have a platform for those business owners that do not have a Dun & Bradstreet rating, that we actually have a team, and as a Platinum Credibility Corporation with Dun & Bradstreet, we're able to go in and help you establish that Dun & Bradstreet business report, which is very critical to every company that's out there. From there, we'll go on, we'll do all the Super 7s, we'll get their whole profile updated for them, we'll establish what trade lines they have, and really help them have a solid foundation, a strong business credit report, so that they can use the credit business report as the strength for financing.
There's a lot of business owners right now that have listened to what you just said. And they're pinching themselves because they think they might have fallen asleep and they heard a dream or something, because you said something that I have never heard of in funding for small companies. If you've got a Dun & Bradstreet, a decent Paydex, one-page application, 24 to 48 hours, up to $250,000. That is unheard of when it comes to small businesses, especially in these days and times.
Yes, and ironically, we've been very successful at having key vendors and banks and companies that we do business with, that we have that type of relationship, where we actually internally underwrite where they're at and what their situation is. We're able to submit a one-page application that meets the criteria for what they're looking for and get them that funding. Now, the cool thing in addition to that is they're not waiting 2 or 3 weeks or 30 days or 45 days. They submit the application in 24 to 48 hours. We do all the paperwork. They submit over. They're signing a couple names. They've got their lease or their financing, and they're funded within a few days.
Well, small business moves at the speed of light, because small business people are really running their company by the seat of their pants, and they've got to make things happen right away. If payroll's due in 10 days, they can't wait 30 days to find out they get their funding.
Right.
Tell me about how what you look for in companies. I mean, I'm sure that you have a criteria that you're really out there looking for. There are people listening and watching us right now that want to know if they fit into that criteria. Is there a cookie cutter, so to speak, that you can walk us through?
Are you an entrepreneur, a business owner that has a corporation that's been incorporated for 2 to 3 years, that you have a physical location, a viable business? That is the people that we are looking for. You have, as a business owner, you have a dream, you have an idea of what you're trying to do here. You're trying to build a business, you're trying to make money, you're trying to help the economy, you're trying to provide a better quality of life for you and your employees. Okay, we want to support that. We look at that. That's important to us. Therefore, as a company that cares so much about our economy and helping the small and medium-sized businesses build, to help the foundation of our country, we don't just look at a cookie-cutter situation.
Okay.
We look outside the box, and we accept all kinds of different industries and everything else into our program. We're not limited to that, so don't be afraid to call because you don't think you fit. It's worth the call to find out. We're very flexible, and we have a lot of options available. Currently, for companies that have equipment, they have, whatever it is that they do, manufacturing equipment, everything else that's paid off that they have in their office. We now have new programs that will go in and quickly refinance all that. You're not going to get 100% of the capital, but you're going to get a good portion back in financing to help you grow.
I've been in business myself for 26 years. I've been primarily in the business of serving business, B2B as they call it. And, I remember what it was like in the early days. You needed to make payroll. You go and hit your credit card that weekend because you need to get cash out for payroll, and a lot of people are going through that. But probably the most frustrating thing that I can remember is when I would go to a bank and talk about financing, they did not understand my business. They didn't understand my industry, and they didn't want to take the time to understand my business and industry. And if I didn't fit into this Rolodex of acceptable industries that they had, we were out of luck. And I'm sure a lot of small companies face that same situation. It sounds to me like you folks are really, really willing to look at all kinds of different business models as opposed to just like ones that fit into a box, as you mentioned.
Yeah, if you go into a bank, you're right. A bank has hired somebody and pay them a salary or an hourly wage to do a set function for them. That's talk to the client, make them feel warm and fuzzy at the end of the day, put their information into a computer so that that automated system can say yes or no. It's not like the old days when you sat down in a bank and you shook the hand of the business manager or vice president, and if he really liked you and he had a good warm feeling about you and he thought you guys were on the right track, he was going to go ahead and approve that. Today's banking system doesn't allow for that. We've now taken a different step to recreate that in a different approach so that we can get back to caring about small and medium-sized business owners and really helping them in their growth.
Now, you're working with people who are trying to put capital to work primarily. That's where your funding is coming from, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Again, the company is National Investment Capital. Their website is nationalinvestmentcapital.com. That's probably the best place to start.
Absolutely.
Again, nationalinvestmentcapital.com is their website. Guy, it's been really fascinating as we've been discussing this over the last 6 weeks. I got about 30 seconds left. What's your best closing statement you can think of?
If you're a business entrepreneur, you have a small business, make the effort to get on there and make the opportunity for you to get the financing you need. We have the options available. Don't be scared. Let us be a part of your growth.
He's got a green suit, so he's Mr. Money. Again, National Investment Capital, and the website is nationalinvestmentcapital.com. Guy, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.